According to BuzzFeed Australia, anime was streamed by over 300 million people in 2022 alone. This is a testament to the incredible journey anime has taken from being a niche form of entertainment to mainstream very quickly, especially with popular titles such as Dragon Ball, Naruto, Attack on Titan, and more. With how popular anime is, anime has become an integral part of pop culture. Anime has been referenced throughout many forms of media such as shows, movies, and music. With anime being as popular as it is now, it has also extended into the world of video games. In this video, we will be looking at games that have referenced our favorite anime. I will be ignoring DLCs and crossovers because I just want to focus on the more subtle references and Easter eggs. So I apologize to you Fortnite fans, because DLC skins don't count in my video. Alright, let's get started. Starting off with one of my favorite anime, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, we have a couple of games referencing the iconic manga panel of Dio and Jotaro approaching each other. Starting with Counter-Strike, we have a sticker showing a terrorist and counter-terrorist approaching each other with their knives out. Counter-Strike has a handful of anime stickers, but this is one of my favorite ones out of all of them. Another reference to this panel is from Brawl Stars. The Supercell team that made Clash of Clans has released a trailer for their game Brawl Stars where it depicts the characters Colt and Colette going at it, recreating the iconic manga panel. When watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, you'll notice that every character will have a signature pose. Cyberpunk references some of these poses with Giorno, Jonathan, and Joseph in the photo mode. Overwatch also references this with their Strike a Pose spray, depicting Lifeweaver doing Josuke's signature pose. Team Fortress 2 also references JoJo's Bizarre Adventures with their in-game items that resembles Jotaro Kujo's outfit with the Starboard Crusader hat and the Star Platinum jacket. The names of each item are also abbreviations for Stardust Crusaders, which is the second season of the anime, and Star Platinum, which is Jotaro's stand. The next anime on this list is Naruto. With the anime series releasing in 2002 and ending in 2017, it was an anime that was beloved by a lot of people as it resonates deeply within our childhood, especially with game developers. There are a handful of games that pay homage to this anime. Starting with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022, there is a reference to the jutsu called Chidori that is used by Sasuke and Kakashi. In the game, there is a calling card called 1000 Birds, which is a reference to Naruto as the jutsu Chidori is nicknamed 1000 Birds in the anime due to the sound the electricity makes. A lot of jutsus in the Naruto-verse require hand signs to help the user mode their chakra correctly to release a jutsu. In Apex Legends, the character Revenant has an animation where he uses hand signs for when he uses his ultimate.
Why can't I was born in the shadows.
In The Last of Us 2, there is an Easter egg that resembles Team 7, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke. There's some debate about this Easter egg as other fans claim that it resembles the main characters from Bleach, Ichigo, Orihime, and Uryu. It's very debatable which one this is, but fans are more leaning towards it being a reference to Naruto, since the girl in the picture resembles Sakura a lot more. What do you guys think? In Overwatch, the character Kiriko has a voice line where she says "believe it," which is the same catchphrase that Naruto uses. She also has an ability that lets her teleport to her teammates, which is like Minato's jutsu, the Flying Raijin. And not to mention, she also makes hand signs for her abilities. Up next, we have Attack on Titan. We have a few games on this list that reference this iconic anime. Starting with Payday 3, there is an Attack on Titan Easter egg. Inside of the bank, you can see the abbreviated names of the main characters Eren Yeager and Levi Ackerman on the office signs. In Pokemon Legends of Arceus, there's an NPC that says, "I want to go outside of the walls," which is a reference to Eren's and Armin's goal in the anime to explore beyond the confines of Wall Maria. Going back to Cyberpunk 2077, there is a pose that resembles the Scout Regiment salute. This pose really hits different when you realize the last time we see the Scout Regiment do it is at the end when Levi salutes his fellow deceased comrades. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Okay, let's continue. Alright, time for one of the most iconic fighting animes to ever exist. It is time for some Dragon Ball. In Guitar Hero 5, there is an achievement called Over 9000. This references the iconic scene from the anime where Vegeta measures Goku's power levels to be over 9000.
What does the Scout daughter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
Another reference to this is the Easter egg in Doom Eternal. There is a magazine called Guns and Bullets that has a line saying it's over 9,000 when describing the BFG 10,000. It's also very fitting since it's a cannon that outputs a lot of power similar to the Kamehameha. The BFG 10,000 is powerful enough to blow a hole in Mars. Lastly, in the game Valorant, there is a brimstone spray that resembles Yamcha's hilarious death pose. Which Dragon Ball Z reference is your favorite? Leave it down in the comments below. Now, let's delve into the dark and gritty realm of Berserk, where iconic characters and themes have influenced a myriad of video games. Berserk's influence echoes throughout the gaming world with numerous titles paying homage to its grimdark themes and unforgettable characters. What games share the same grimdark themes of Berserk? Every Souls games, of course. There's a lot of references to Berserk, so much so that it can be an entire video on its own, so I will keep this short by mentioning a few. Starting with Dark Souls 3, the greatsword resembles the big hunk of metal that Guts carries around named the Dragon Slayer. In Dark Souls, Artorias the Abyss Walker does a pose in line with the cover art of Berserk's Volume 28. Next, we have the Wheel Skeletons. These Wheel Skeletons you see in Dark Souls are like the ones in Berserk. The ones you see in Berserk have a little bit more flesh to them compared to the Awbone enemies in Dark Souls. When playing Bloodborne, the Hunter Mark is almost identical to the Brand of Sacrifice. Going back to Doom Eternal, there's an Easter egg referencing Guts and Griffith. You can find this in the first level of the game. There is a bulletin board inside the first building you go to, and you'll see this poster. You will see that it mentions a branded swordsman, which is a reference to Guts, and the name of the dog on the poster is Griffin, which is an obvious reference to Griffith. While Berserk leaves its mark on gaming with its dark allure, another anime equally influential has carved its own path into the world of gaming. Enter Akira, a pioneer in the cyberpunk genre whose impact on video games is as profound as its cinematic legacy. This movie has inspired thousands of media, leading to many references and Easter eggs, especially in video games. Kicking things off, we have Street Fighter 6. While not inside of the game, the trailer for Street Fighter 6 has a sequence referencing the iconic motorcycle slide that Kaneda does in Akira. Similarly, in No More Heroes 3, there is also a bike sliding reference in the game. In Minecraft, there is a simple Easter egg in the title screen where it can say the main character's name, Tetsuo. And for Valorant, there is a picture of the agent Yoru walking toward a motorcycle, which is a reference to the many Akira posters. Continuing the cyberpunk genre, we have the best cyberpunk film of the century, Ghost in the Shell. With its captivating story, themes, and imagery, developers can't help but sneak in some references. Starting with Cyberpunk 2077 again, there is a cyber psycho that heavily resembles Motoko Kusanagi with her invisibility and visors. Damn, she really fell off. Cyberpunk also has another reference to Ghost in the Shell, albeit a little bit more subtle. If you look closely at Judy's calling avatar, you can see that it's a literal Ghost in the Shell. Moving over onto Overwatch, the character Echo has a spray that resembles the iconic pose when Motoko is on her knees while hooked up to a bunch of wires. Compare them side by side and it's pretty spot on. Finally, in Fallout 4, the creation of the synths is similar to the construction sequence that we see in Ghost in the Shell. The process of making a synth is almost spot on with some minor differences. The construction sequence of Motoko in Ghost in the Shell has got to be one of the coolest sequences to ever exist in anime. Over 4 seasons, Sailor Moon has become a beloved part of countless childhoods, with its protagonist Usagi Tsukino, or Serena Tsukino in the English version, emerging as one of the most iconic female characters of all time. Her influence extends beyond television screens, permeating various media, including video games. Starting us off again, we have Cyberpunk. This one's another simple one. Going into photo mode again, the player will find a Sailor Moon pose that they can use. Next, in the game Leisure Suit Larry, Love for Sale, you can see a woman in a Sailor Moon costume crying when Larry jumps out of a hotel. And now for one of the most controversial Easter eggs of all time, that costed Nintendo millions of dollars, we have Punch-Out! In the rematch fight with Piston Hondo, you can see that he's reading a manga in between rounds. When looking at the manga closely, the panels of the manga were actual scans of the real thing. The only difference is that the order of the panels were mixed. This costed Nintendo a lot of money as they had to get in touch with Namco and pay licensing fees for it. Some people were definitely fired for that. The last anime that we have on this list is none other than the best card game on the entire planet. The card game that had main characters with the craziest haircuts to ever exist in anime, Yu-Gi-Oh! How can we have an anime list without Yu-Gi-Oh? That would be blasphemy, so here it is. In Borderlands 2, the playable character Zero says hilarious, "You just set off my trap card," when activating his deception skill.
How hilarious. You just set off my trap card.
This is an obvious reference to characters when they activate their trap card in the anime. In Bayonetta 2, there is a character named Loki who uses magical cards and has a pyramid pendant reminiscent of the pendant that Yugi wears in the original series. In Ace Attorney, there's a character that is named Yani Yogi, which is referencing Yami Yugi from the main series. This witness also happens to look like Yugi's grandpa, Solomon Muto. And that's a wrap for today's video. What are your favorite anime references / Easter eggs? If you know an anime reference from a game but you didn't see it in this video, make sure to leave it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed watching, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.